Okay, so rebooting your social media campaign. These are my top 3 social media picks and strategies. It's all right. So, have any of you in the last year, let's just say, made a gross commission off of your social media campaign about anywhere between 20 to 30,000?
Don't even have one.
Don't even have one. That's good. At least you're going to be on the right foot to get it going then.
Got it going, but I don't have nowhere near what it needs to be.
Anyone make anything off of social media last year? Contacts? No, nothing yet though. All right, so I would say the top producer here for that would be Aaron Aldama. I think he generated about 35,000 off of just Facebook alone. And all this stuff is, if you even look at his campaign, what he does, he posts very little about his business.
Yeah, I have him as a friend, so I see everything that he puts from Gold's Gym to.
Very little about real estate, right? But yet he's
Yeah.
making it off of there. I mean, he's made minimum wage off of something that cost him nothing.
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Aaron Aldama, or Josh Altman, as he likes to go by.
He's the one that goes to Gold's, right?
Huh?
Yeah,
He's the one that goes to Gold's.
Yeah.
So you see his activity every day. He exercises the Lakers and things like that.
Yeah, and why does he do that stuff?
Top of mind awareness.
Not that it's everyone relates to all that stuff, right? How many people here are Laker fans? Probably almost everyone. There's some Clipper bandwagon fans in here.
I could care less. Clippers, yeah.
Bandwagon. I'm just kidding. You guys are doing great. At least one LA team's doing good. But that's why you got to keep it all social, because if you keep it related to about what you do as far as your business is concerned, again, it's not going to work out too well for you. How many of you skip your video that you recorded on DVR and go straight to the commercials? Nobody, right? You skip the commercials and go to the content. So you have to keep it all content driven, and your content is you as a person. What you're doing with your kids, what you did with your family, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day is coming up. Whatever you're doing as a person is what's going to relate to people nearby. Okay, so that's why I put pictures of food, like my breakfast. You know, I'm eating healthy now, so everyone's probably like, oh, he's going to lose a lot of weight, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I used to eat hamburgers every single day. Now I eat...
I know, like chicken McDonald's and death.
But it still gets comments. So yeah, I'll get the negative comment, but then I'll be like,
Yeah,
you know.
Just buy the juice like me. Once I told my daughter, can you throw away that juice? I drop it off at school. She's like, no, that's McDonald's. I'm like, forget it then.
Well, now I don't even drink juice. I just drink water now. I probably already lost, I want to say, about close to 10 pounds in about a week. But my metabolism burns it off quickly. I can feel it already. My stomach's flatter again. My pants are getting loose. I know. I still got that high school metabolism going for me. I think I'm 8 years out of high school right now. Can't believe it's been that long. But anyways, so that's one key thing, and you're going to see that as I talk about all the different platforms that I'll be speaking to you about today. That's the key thing that you have to remember about everything you're doing with social media is you got to remain social. You have to remain a person. You can't just be a commercial all the time. How many people do you know want to buy real estate every single day? Not really any, you know, but people all relate to things that we're in common with. There are thousands of millions of Laker fans out there. There are millions of health nuts, right? There are millions of people that love dogs. So all these things that you do will relate to different people in different ways. And that's what you want to do, because we're all just trying to establish connections. The more connections we make, the more prospects we have, right? It's just like passing out flyers. We pass out 5,000 flyers and we get excited because we get 100 phone calls. Out of the 100 phone calls, how many people are we going to sell a house to? Maybe one or two. Right? So it's about hitting big numbers to establish a lot of connections to create that relationship to be able to turn it into an actual prospect and client.
I'm going to ask you a question in reference to keeping the content more personal than business. Is there a percentage, like maybe...
90-10. 90% personal, 10% business.
So if you put like a business entry...
You can put a business entry once a day, but just make sure you are still generating... Yeah, I mean, your first post could be real estate. But I would still keep, you know, like I do, at least 3 or 4 pictures a day of what I'm eating or what I'm doing. And it's not just real estate driven. It's, you know, what I'm eating for lunch, what I'm doing with my kids, whatever it is, because that's the stuff that more people are going to relate to than just me saying, hey, I'm passing out flyers in my farm. And yeah, I'll get a lot of people, not realtors, to like that because they know I'm working. but to the general public, it's not going to mean anything to them. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it'll show some, character that I actually get out here and that I actually work. But if they're not ready to buy or sell right now, it's not going to really do much for them. A picture of my kids in a Laker jersey is going to do a lot for those people because they're Laker fans. I think I have one that I could share after the meeting. I think I got like 35 comments off of it. My daughter was a year old. I think you've seen it before, right, Daria?
Yeah.
So I got tons of pictures off of it, or comments off of it, sorry. So these are my top 3 picks. Facebook, I think they finally hit 1 billion users now. So that one's always going to be the big one, and I hate to continually. Don't worry, you're not too late. We just started. So again, Facebook is the big one, and I hate to always keep promoting them. I want something new to change, something new to come out that's really going to take it over, but just the way that everything is right now, Facebook is going to be the king for many years still to come. The next biggest one would be YouTube. And YouTube it's a social media platform, but it's also another advertising platform for you that can go on different avenues. But YouTube is a great way to push your product, to push information. Yes, sir?
Do you use Camtasia at all?
I do not. Camtasia, I believe, is an editor, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I've been told you can use it for like virtual tour too.
I think that you can use it to create them. It's like Windows Movie Maker, I think, is what it is.
But that you would plug YouTube.
Yes, I'll get into that.
Okay.
I'll get into that. So YouTube was another big one. They actually get more search hits than Google itself, and it's funny because Google owns YouTube, and it's about 10 to 1 right now versus the search hits, because more people would rather see it done live than read about it on an internet blog. Right? How many of you look for something to do and YouTube pops up, or you automatically go to YouTube because you want to see them do it, or you want to see them talk about it? So
Can you
one,
put the video in your blog?
yes, you can. I do all my videos on YouTube, and I put it all back on my blog. And once you get your account set up with YouTube, after you do I think I have 100 videos with them. But once you get it really kind of seasoned, they'll allow you to have more than 15 minutes of time. Like my videos are hour to hour and a half, and they play continuously now. It doesn't have to be broken up into 5 different segments. I can have one video that's an hour plus, and it'll play the whole time. And YouTube is your best player, because once you do put it on your website and you get those search terms for real estate listings, for your seminars, whatever you guys are doing, and there's a bunch of different ways you can market it, you'll start getting all that traffic back to your website. It won't rank YouTube as the #1 hit. It'll rank your website as the #1. And I've done it time and time again with listings, and you'll be able to do the same thing again with everything else that you're doing. If you're doing a home buyer seminar, if you're doing home buying 101, all you have to do is become very specific with what you're trying to market. The more specific you are, the higher up in the search rankings you're going to go. And then the last one is Pinterest. This is the funnest one, I think, out of all of them, probably because it's brand new. Not brand new, I should say, but it's kind of brand new to me. I've been doing it about a month and a half now for real estate, I would say. It is going to be taking off at an exponential rate. I mean, it already is. It's getting searched by Google and all the search engines a lot. Great reason why you want to use it is when you're taking pictures of your properties. You can put the address, load these up onto Pinterest, and now you have another avenue to get found by search engines. Okay, and you can also have links going back to your website for your listings or properties even that you showed. I take more pictures of properties that I'm showing to buyers and loading them on Pinterest than I am of my own listings. Right? How many of us is that true? We show more houses for buyers than we do get listings. Probably for most of us, that's how it's going to be. So those are my top 3 picks. Okay.
Excuse me, on your marketing, you also have the Twitter and I believe another one. You have 4.
I do. I really don't use Twitter a whole lot, though, to be honest. I use it as it syndicates from my Instagram and stuff like that, but I'm not actually engaging with it. I probably should, but I don't engage. It's just spitting out links for me. And without the engagement, you're not going to go anywhere. You could, if you're printing a paper for 1,000 people but nobody reads it, you're not engaging with anyone.
Isn't there software that automates it, that populates all of them simultaneously?
Yeah, but again, if you're not engaging with the people that are on there, you're not going to get anyone to engage with you.
Oh, okay. So
right?
Twitter is more like to engage one-on-one?
Well, everything is, but these are the main ones that I target on, because Twitter is a younger population. And not that I'm not younger, but I can't get into it because it's so much more. It's like, to me, it's like instant messaging. That's really how it feels. You have to be quick on it. You know, you're writing. It's not like Facebook where you put a post and you have days to respond to it and it's still going to show in your timeline. Twitter, it's getting pushed down quickly. I could make a tweet right now. 5 minutes later, I'm not going to see it in the feed. It'll be completely gone. Facebook, it'll still be there. One like or something on it, somebody else that keep pushing it back up because it's related content.
Did you put it on your marketing material that you have Twitter just for the?
I do have it. I do get followers. Maybe I'll follow up with it maybe once a month, but am I using it to its potential? Not at all. I'll be completely honest with that one.
I just have it hooked up with my Hootsuite and it just goes.
See, I have it hooked up with Facebook. Every time I do anything with Facebook, it'll post from my Facebook account, but I'm not. Again, if you're not logging into it and actually communicating with the other user,
Unless there's a chance that somebody has a question.
Yeah.
Then you actually.
then you get the email from it.
Yeah.
All of these are free. Is that correct?
All these are free. Everything that we're going to be talking about today is all absolutely free. So this is the best part about it. It's all free. So Facebook strategies. There's a lot of strategies you can use with Facebook, and I'm always going to keep naming Facebook the number one because it is the king still. Everyone you know is on Facebook. If you ask people how many people you know that are on Twitter, you might get 1 out of 50. Okay, everyone's going to be pretty much on Facebook. So number one, these are the key points. You always want to be social. You must engage. You must create engaging social content, and you also must create engaging real estate content. You also need to leverage events. Once you really get this thing going, you have to start leveraging events. Without using events, you're not using Facebook to its true potential. I believe that Facebook events is the number one way to be able to really generate leads. I mean, people that are here today is primarily because of Facebook. Reason Mike can fill up those events every single month is because of Facebook. You know, without it, we wouldn't have the same power and reach that we do with it. And then Camera 360, that's an app that you can get for your iPhone. I don't have an Android device, but I'm pretty sure they either have it on the Android device or they have a very similar one. And then Instagram is another app as well that you want to use for your Facebook as well.
What's the camera 360? Is that?
I'll get into it. I'm actually going to show it live on my computer how it works.
Oh, okay.
So always be social. Consistently use your Facebook account. How many of you log in every day? How many of you log in only Monday through Friday? I'm probably one of those guys, so don't worry about it. I log in sometimes on the weekend, but I feel like I use Facebook more during the week because I'm in the office than I am on the weekends. Use both your desktop and mobile devices. Okay, the big reason you want to use your desktop, it's a little bit easier to see things. You can experience more of the content. You can go through more of the content. You can create more events.
And you can share.
You can share. You can do a lot more on the desktop. But also keep in mind you always have to remember to be mobile because one thing you can't do with your desktop is check into places. So everywhere you go, you want to consistently be checking in. You also want to be taking a lot of photos, right? Sharing photos is the easiest way to get people to look at you. When I'm on Facebook, especially on my phone, I don't look at anything unless it has a photo. I skip it. If you write something, I'm probably going to skip it. Unless I see your face and I know you, I'm probably going to just glance right over it as dull content. So always make sure, if you can, to attach a photo with it, whatever you're saying. It'll make it you'll get found much more easier, and people are going to stop a lot more when they see it. Okay? So use top stories to create content. This is for more of your social side. So use things that are not real estate driven that more people can relate to.
Did you see the one I put up for Disneyland using the RFID chips?
I haven't. What is that for?
For now that when you go to Disneyland to any of the resorts, you're going to get a band, and the band tells Disneyland where you're at every second of your visit.
Wow. So they're tracking their performance.
They're just going to spend like $1 billion for 300 million bands.
Wow. That's good though. At least they'll know key times when people are buying food and all that, I guess, or when people are buying souvenirs, so they can spend less money
where
on.
people are more like in the crowd. But yeah, that's one of the things that I put out.
So I'm sorry I didn't see that, but that would have been interesting content.
Attract the crazies.
Attract the crazies.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, one of them, I was like, this is one way to get some kid get beat down for their So we're gonna see how that works out because all your information is in there.
Wow.
The thing was you actually use it as a credit card, as a room key. You use it for everything.
Wow. That's like them trying to go everything with the phone, like Google Wallet and all that. That's crazy. All right, and the other one with always being social is you must engage with new users, not just your clique. How many of us are in that spot? We only like or comment to people we know, and we're afraid to like and comment to people that we don't know, but yet we're friends with them on Facebook.
I'm the opposite.
You're the opposite. You talk to more people you don't know versus people you know. That's good. That's a good trait to have.
But I don't talk to people I old people. It's sometimes. It's
Well, most of us are comfortable. You know, just like in high school, we're comfortable with our friends, and that's it. We might know other people, but we're not going to say anything to them. We need to get out of that comfort zone, right? So you have to remain social and keep doing those things. The more people you meet, the more connections you make, the more possibilities you're going to have to create a sale. Okay?
How specifically do you get somebody, like you meet in your farm territory, for them to become friends?
I just add everyone. Everyone that I see as a suggestion, I'll take a look and see where they're at locally, what city they're at, and I'll add them. If they're anywhere within the LA, Orange County.
So I can literally have like 5,000 right now because it just suggests people on a constant basis.
Yep. But you want to add people that are related to what you're. I mean, you don't want to add somebody in Sacramento. You're probably never going to sell them a house. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So you want to check and see where they're at. Before I used to add everyone. But it doesn't. That to me isn't useful because I'd rather have 5,000 people that are local that can relate to me, that I can possibly eventually sell them a house or whatever, versus somebody that's across the country or even up north. I'll never be able to do anything with them. So you're always going to want to try and remain as local as possible. And if you have family members that are far away, then add them, of course. But
would it be a good idea to add local organizing events and?
Depends on what you're marketing to. If you're not, if that's your market that you want to hit, then gladly do it.
So wouldn't that pull all the people that are attached?
Yes, it will. Any other things that you do like if you like, Obama or whatever, it's going to show you suggested people because they liked Obama or whatever the case may be. So if you like local boards, local events, or anything like that, it'll show you those people that are also connected to that group or company. So that's another good way to meet people. Don't worry, you're not missing too much. So must engage. Consistently comment on others' posts. Another big one that most of us do is we like it. We never comment on it. You have to comment. Liking content to me is like just consistently laughing at a party or something. No one's ever going to talk to you, and you're not going to talk to anyone. You're never going to get to know anyone. Get out of your shell and start talking to people. Our business is built on creating relationships with people we don't know. We sell more real estate to people we don't know, and those people trust us more than their family members to sell them real estate. Probably 9 out of 10, I would say, on that. If possible, share others' content. So your friend puts up something that's useful or creative or funny or whatever, go ahead and share it. It'll make them feel good that they put up something nice because you shared it for them, and it'll give you some more content and make you more socially interactive now with your Facebook account. So again, creating social content, find unique articles that are not related to your business. So you could find something with Apple, you could find something with a brand new car coming out, you could find something about for Valentine's Day, whatever it is, whatever your likes, find something unique and share it. When we all watch the news, usually it's bad news that's on the news, but sometimes there's some good news. Find it on that channel and share it back out on your Facebook account, right? You want to use things that people can relate to that's not always geared about you. The more things that you have connecting to other people, the more connections you're going to have coming back. Again, keep your articles upbeat. You don't want to cause a ruckus, right? So I want to put anything really, I hate those pictures of all the, the kids that are messed up and stuff, people using those photos to generate the likes and the comments. It's just, to me, I just don't get that. I mean, that's like abusing a situation to me. Keep everything upbeat. You don't want to put things that are upbeat or smartass. There you go. Yeah, a little controversial is okay.
Yeah, I'm very smart.
Being controversial is a good thing. You don't want to be overly controversial, but you still need to remain human. You can't make everyone a friend of yours. There's people that are going to like you, people that are not going to like you, and it's just life. So get over it. So create real estate content. You must create unique real estate content. So how do you do that? Create your own content that nobody else has that's related to you. That's specific for your area, right? Los Angeles has down payment assistance programs that most people don't know about. USC has a down payment assistance program for their faculty and staff there that most people do not know about. These are key things that you can talk about to generate more interest. Again, the more specific you are with what you're writing and what you're talking about, the better off you're going to be, especially when it comes to search engines down the road. You need to be able to get found in search engines. Facebook is just a content promoter. It's not a great way to really market yourself. It's a great way to market your website, but it's not a great way to actually build off of because it's not your content, right? This is just a share of your content. Again, always link back to your website if possible. If you notice, almost everything that I do that's real estate driven, everything comes from my website. Every single thing has to come from my website.
Is your
Because
website WordPress website or
Yeah.
is it a website?
it's built on WordPress.
Okay.
So if you guys have a blog, great. If you don't, highly recommend getting one. But that's a completely another class. We can talk about that later on. Again, keep info current and upbeat. So what happened with the fiscal cliff? How that affects people? What happened with the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act? How that affects people, right? How FHA may go away here pretty soon. How that's going to affect people, right? Keeping things very upbeat, like the mortgage interest deduction was. Did anyone else make the phone call and do all that to Congress and try to keep it? I know I did. That would have greatly depreciated home buying power in America, not just California, and we got that to stay. We can talk about that later. I know. Okay, so just becoming more involved. Okay, letting people know that you care. Trying to keep that mortgage interest deduction. Not only was it a great benefactor for real estate agents to sell real estate, but it's another great benefactor for the community and able to maximize their deductions and get more back off of their taxes. Because we all could use an extra couple grand at the end of the year. And again, keep your real estate posts to a minimum. Use the 90-10 rule. 90% is personal, 10% is work. Okay, and you can figure out which works best for you, right? When you want to post your real estate, depending on who your friends are, when they're logging in, you're gonna have to play with this and figure out when is the best time to post. Because I could tell you, the best days to post on Facebook are Tuesdays and Thursdays, anywhere between 9 and 11 a.m. because most business people log in, get to work at that time, and check their account. But people that are in construction may not get home until 5, 6 o'clock at night, or that work a regular job may not get home to those times, and then that's going to be their key time to look at things. So you really have to start engaging with your audience to figuring out when they're online, when they're offline, and it might take you a couple of months to do it, but it's a couple of months that are well worth your time. Right? If you go door knocking, and you go door knocking for 3 months at 10 o'clock in the morning every single day, but nobody opens the door, you're going to keep doing it, or you're going to change it? Probably going to change it. And if half the people in the afternoon are opening the door, which one are you going to do? You're going to do afternoon now. So pay attention to what you're marketing. It's very important, not just for Facebook or anything, but for everything that you do. You need to pay attention to what hits and what's not. So leveraging events. I have a tutorial video on events for Facebook that shows you how to insert the code and do all this fancy stuff that makes it easy for you. But leveraging events, and I'm working with Orlando on Run right now. I know I've been lagging on you a little bit, but brainstorm with your colleagues for possible seminars you can host with your Facebook friends. So Orlando and I are working on a homebuyer seminar. We're going to be hosting it here, but one way we're going to be marketing it is having a little booth in front of Academy Mortgage at Downey. And if anyone knows Academy Mortgage, they're inside a Wells Fargo branch. So we can capture a lot of people walking in, going to do their banking, to talk to them as they leave. Hey, we're doing a home buyer seminar. We're going to have a credit repair guy there, talk to you about this, whatever the case may be. So we'll have everything lined up. It'll be him for credit. It'll be me for real estate. It'll be Academy for the loan side. It'll be a quick thing. If we can get 20 people into the seminar, we'll probably get 3 or 4 to buy. Is it worth it? All day. All day it's worth it. Okay, so you got to get creative with things like that. So you can do a home buyer seminar. Another agent of mine that are not here, but when I worked with my dad and about 5 years ago, there was an agent there. She did for sale by owner seminars. She would go around, door knock her area, pass these out. So the people who are interested as a for sale by owner, what are they interested in doing? They're interested in selling their home. How many times do for sale by owners list with an agent? I think the statistic is like 87%. They're going to list with an agent. If you can help them out and show them how hard it is to actually sell a property, do you think they're going to list with you? Yes, it is. Yes, they are. I mean, so little things. We don't always have to go for the kill. Educate first, sell later. That's what our whole country is becoming. Educate first, sell later. Nobody wants to be sold anymore. They want to be taught, and then they'll buy on their own. It's very simple. Reverse way of thinking now. Okay, even a foreclosure assistance seminar. This might be a touchy one, but this could also be a great way for you to do it. I do know one agent that did this. She teamed up, I believe, with Chase Bank out in, I want to say it was La Palma. And she did a big seminar with Chase, and Chase actually sent out mailers to all their people within the area that were behind on payments or they knew were going to be behind on payments. And she had like 100 people walk in to that seminar. So either to do loan modifications or to do short sales. But either way, it looks like the bank's trying to help her out, right? Help the community out. And she's there to capture. And some people are going to get loan mods. That's great for you because now you're going to be the hero. You helped them save their home. But a lot of people are going to have to short sale. Okay, so these are some key things that you as agents can leverage. And don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a part of success. Right?
What kind of seminar did she do again with Chase?
It was geared for short sales. I mean, it was foreclosure assistance. That's why I label it that way. But I mean, yeah, people are going to come. They want a loan mod first. But reality is, how many people can actually loan mod? Maybe 1 in 100, right? So the banks aren't going to do it. So they have to short sell eventually. Whether it's now or later, you're capturing them. You've helped them out. If you helped them do the loan mod and it failed with the bank, right? The bank's the one working with them directly, not you. And you're just helping them out through the process, telling them what they need to bring, blah, blah, blah. They're going to come to you for the short sale because they have no other option. It's either they do a short sale now or they go to foreclosure. And it's real easy. Do you want the rug to be pulled out from underneath you and the sheriff to come kick you out in 30 days? Or do you want to slow down the process another 6-9 months, stay in the property, not have to be responsible for the tax deficit or anything like that? So it's a pretty easy thing to explain once they go through that process. But they have to really see it. Most people aren't in line, list my property right now. They have to go through the process of being denied at least once for a loan mod.
But the feels of pain first.
But they just need to accept reality. You know, that's what it comes down to. Everyone thinks that Obama's going to save their house. That's not the case. You know, banks are not here to lose money. They're here to make money. And all the stimulus in the world is not going to change the bank's mind. So.
Yeah, AIG is suing the government.
Good.
After they got bailed out.
Wait, that's bad. That's our tax money.
Yes. After our tax money bailed them out. Now they want to sue us.
That's funny. Not funny, but it's funny. It's ridiculous. Redonkulous. So camera 360 and Instagram. So I think I've showed this one before to a couple of you, and hopefully I can still do it. Let me find my little cable here.
That's something you can get on Android or iPhone?
I believe so. If not, what we're looking for, if you cannot find this app on an Android device, is you want a device that does HDR toning. Okay? HDR stands for high dynamic range. And what HDR does is it takes your picture, which you think looks good, and it makes it look 100 times better.
That's high dynamic.
High dynamic range. I'll just explain it real quick. High dynamic range, HDR, is usually when you take 3 or more shots of a property with different exposure levels. So you're going to take a picture of it overexposed, normal exposure, and underexposed. So you can pull out the highs, the lows, and the mediums of a picture and combine it into one. Have you ever looked at a picture and said, oh, there's some dark spots right there. You can't really see it. With high dynamic range, you can make that spot lighter so you can see the detail. Right? Or if the roof has that Adobe kind of roof where it's a light orange, right? With HDR toning, you can saturate that to make it a real bright orange and make it pop more, make the picture look more appealing. Have you seen those photos on the MLS? Probably most of us have, where the pictures look fake because they look so good. You seen them? That's what basically you're doing. Because let's face it, real estate is boring. If you take a picture of a house, put it on your Facebook, it's boring. But if you can make the picture look appealing, people are going to pay attention to it more. At least for me, that's what I'm looking at. And I'm sure most of us see those listings in the MLS and go, how the hell did they do that, right? I want that for myself because it looks amazing.
You either need a special camera or software.
That's what Camera 360 does. You can do it directly from your iPhone. Now, if you want to expand off of that, you can go and get Photoshop. I believe it was $200. I think we said at the last meeting.
Yeah.
So a small investment, but you can tweak the pictures a lot more, and they still look really amazing. I mean, when you see a before and after of a picture like that, you would think that picture is, you really can't believe it. Honestly, you just can't. So I'll show you one of. You want to see one of both, Camera 360 and Photoshop, so you can get an idea of it.
You said Instagram also? Is it kind of like the same?
Yes, and Instagram is another share, so I'll talk about that one in a second. So let's see here. I know I had this. Oh, here it is, reflector.
For the Photoshop, there's like a 30-day free trial, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, so you can mess with it before you actually buy it.
And I have it, but for everyone else, you can try it and test it out.
Yeah, it's like it's around before they have to pay.
I have Adobe Photoshop, but then you have to learn how to use it to enhance the pictures. It's not just you got the software and it's done.
You have a Photoshop?
Yeah.
What you can do in Photoshop, I forget where it's at. I'll show you. It's one click. One click, and you'll get the effect that you want.
Because sometimes when you create like a picture that looks like, like when you see the news verses, you see like a show on the video on TV or movies, you have a different look to the movie.
That's how I did my profile pictures.
What? With Photoshop?
All I did was soften the focus, and that's it. Oh no, I did like a vintage hue. That's it. And it changes it.
Why isn't it showing my iPhone? Is it hot in here?
No.
Maybe because this thing's just blowing on me. What happened here? I'm sorry, guys. I thought I got this one on lock. Let's see. It's open again. Quit.
Are you gonna be doing a WordPress?
Yeah, I'll be doing another one here shortly. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna work. I can't believe it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I have to check something off. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to skip it for now. I'm taking too long on this. I'll come back to this afterwards. So you guys want to see Photoshop, though?
Yes,
So I have Adobe Photoshop CS5.
What's the difference between CS5 and CS4?
Just different settings that they have. I mean, there's already, I think, CS6 out now, so they're always constantly improving it. So if I open up, I'll show you really quickly. It's pretty easy to do. A picture of a house. Where's a picture of a house?
Came out of food.
Huh? I know. All right. So this picture. Can you guys see that pretty good? All right. So this picture was taken with my Nikon Coolpix P500. Is like a $600 camera. How does the picture look? Looks good, right?
Okay.
Looks okay. So if you get Photoshop, under Image, you can go to Adjustments, and you can click on HDR Toning. Okay, so Image, Adjustments, HDR Toning. You select it. Automatically, it's going to brighten it up, right? So you can already see a big difference in the blues look bluer, the orange roof looks more orangey. You can see much more detail in the picture. One that I like using is saturated, just to make it look overly more colorful. And just so you can see this. So that's after, right? That was before.
Oh wow.
It looks like a black and white photo now after seeing it, right?
Yeah.
So that's before,
Dingy.
after. Complete difference.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of being able to have Photoshop. And Camera 360 does a very similar thing. It makes your photo pop out and look really good, right? I mean, you could tell that would sell a lot better than the regular photo with my expensive camera still, hands down.
Is
It
that the
looks
main?
like a professional picture.
Hmm
Is that the main setting that you adjust in Photoshop?
That's it. That's all I do.
Okay.
Now you can make other adjustments to it where you can tweak the shadow and the highlight and the detail, but that's personal. I just like using the saturated. It makes it look very colorful, very vibrant, and it looks ready to go. I mean, you could see everything. It all looks beautiful. These are the pictures that I would recommend using, not only for your listings, but everything that you're doing. Always tweak them out just a little bit. It just makes them pop more. So we'll get back to the keynote now. And Instagram, I thought I was going to be able to show you a live demonstration as well. So Instagram, what I do with Camera 360 is I make that photo. So I make that photo, I export it to my camera roll, right? So I save it basically. And then I use Instagram to publish it on my iPhone. Yeah, when I'm mobile, that's what I'm doing. If I take pictures of a listing and do it in Photoshop, then I do it through Photoshop. But if I'm on the go, like I go show a property, I always take a picture of it, or I try to at least. I do the quick little HDR toning, make it look pretty, and just put showing property at blah 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 address. If you're interested in looking at properties, visit me at www. And I'm always putting links back to my website. Okay. Always want to keep doing that. So Instagram is just a nice platform to use to share your photos, because you can also hit Twitter at the exact same time, and also you can still check into other places at the same time too. So if you're at a specific address or you're at a location, you can share a photo, do a status update, check into a location all at once, right? And Instagram in its own world is its own little social media platform. The only thing I've noticed with Instagram is you can only use it on your iPhone. If you log in on your computer, you don't really see the timeline, right? You can only see it it's only mobile. So it's missing a big market not being on a desktop device. So moving onto YouTube. You guys got enough notes for Facebook? All right.
On Facebook, I just had a question as far as the legalities on what you can post on there, because when I was in a
Terms of service?
yes, you're not supposed to post anything that kind of like is you're solicited in business, like as far as putting your, please call me to sell your house. Here's my number. Here's my website. Something to that effect. I read
So just
on.
tweak it. Please call me for a free home evaluation. You're not selling them now. You're providing
But
a
if
free
they were
service.
to catch on to it, they could.
I've been doing it 5 years.
That's mine right there.
I would not even worry about it. Yeah, mine's the exact same way.
All of them are like that.
Okay, so basically, they don't believe it.
Without business people, Facebook would not be where it's at.
So I can feel confident to put anything.
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing something like that, but then I read that pops up when you're gonna upload.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
They have 1 billion accounts. There's no way they can review every single one of them.
They would have to take down over half.
Probably almost more than that.
Yeah, if they want to do that.
So YouTube strategies, of course, you have to create amazing videos. Your videos can be informational or fun. Okay, virtual tours is a key way for real estate agents because that's the number one thing we want to do is get our listings high in the search results. And then again, leverage your social media sharing. So when you upload videos to YouTube, you're probably going to want to share them to your Facebook account, right? So let's go into detail. So creating amazing videos, these are the 2 key things that you have to do in order to achieve this. Record in 720p HD. Anything less, the video is going to look grainy. Anything more, and it's no longer going to be viewable on mobile devices. Some devices will, some devices will not. So if you want to stay kind of standardized, that goes 720p. It looks great, and it's still viewable both on the desktop devices and on the mobile devices. Okay, for the most part. And use lots of light for video. If you've ever gone to a video shoot, you always see light being projected onto the person. Because without a lot of light, you're going to look dark. And video pulls out the dark, not the light. So you have to have a lot of light. Okay? So informational or fun, either way, you have to speak slowly and clearly. So don't talk like me. I talk a little bit too fast. Okay, you got to try and slow it down. And then make constant contact with the camera. Why would you do that? That's your audience. If you're not talking to the camera, you're talking somewhere else. So make sure to always be talking to your audience. If you're talking to a client, you're looking directly at them. You may not have eye contact the whole time, but you're still talking directly to them. Okay?
Basically, you say you create a free account on YouTube that allows you to upload.
Yep. And once you start uploading a few videos, they'll increase your account time from 15 minutes to 20 to 30 up to unlimited. And actually, maybe now everyone's just unlimited on time. Before you had to have like so many views and so many this before you can get your channel unlocked for over an hour of playing. So for most of us, I do these presentations and put them on there, so it's over an hour. But if you're doing informational videos on a home buyer, on buying a home in California, how to qualify for down payment assistance, you're probably going to have a video of less than a minute and a half. Because you got to be able to instantly get their attention, share the message, and you're not trying to sell them through the video. You're just trying to get them to buy what you want to sell them, right? Your job is to get them to call you or go back to your website and then fill out your form. There has to be call to action. If you give away everything, they're not going to come back to you for anything.
Well, on YouTube, there's not the 90-10 rule. Is more like
YouTube, no, it's not like that. It's not. YouTube really isn't. It's a social media site by definition, I guess, but it's not really like a Facebook social media site where I just don't see the activity like you would see on Facebook, where there's people comment to your videos and stuff like that, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same as Facebook can do. It's going to be more of your content creator, but you can use it as a platform to share to all your other sites. You can add these videos to your websites. And the biggest thing for YouTube is that you can generate a high amount of web traffic going back to your website. Because everything social media, you're not trying to make money really off social media. You're trying to make money going back to your website. This is just a medium for them to get there, right? Because if they're on any of these sites, they're one click away from being gone. You have to become branded with them, so they know when they see real estate, they go to excellencerehomes.com, or they hear credit repair, they go to, I forget your website, Credit Score Now, or something like that. I forget. I'm sorry. They know where to go. That's what you want to do, is create that branding. Yes, you're going to get immediate people saying, hey, I have someone looking to buy a home. They'll message you, but that's not the actual goal. You want people to come back to your website, at least for the internet side, to generate the sales directly out of it. That's what I want. I want more people to know about my website. Once they do, they have the option to sign up. I can constantly stay in contact with them, because most people are not ready to buy right now, at least. They're ready to buy in 6 months from now. They're ready to sell in 6 months from now. So you have to provide that entryway for them to start to get to know you, trust you, and then you can start selling them. That's really how it goes. Yes, sir.
Uploading a video, is there any kind if it's very less than an hour long, do you have to somehow shorten it some way?
Nope.
No?
You just upload the entire thing. It's going to take you about half an hour to do it.
But it's unlimited in terms of what they'll take?
Yep.
So,
For right now, I've done about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more, and they've always gone through. No issues.
I didn't know. Okay, great.
So, It depends what you're marketing. Again, mine are big for the agents. They can take them anywhere. But if you're doing buyers and sellers, you want to keep them short and sweet. Keep their attention. Okay. So virtual tours, this is the biggest one for YouTube, and it's going to be the biggest one for you as a real estate agent because this is the easiest way to get your listings #1 on the search results. More importantly, you can get this to work for your website to bring your listings #1 over Realtor.com, over Trulia, Zillow, Redfin, all these websites. You can be named the #1 in search results. So have you ever typed in an address in Google and found a website? That's what this will do. If you make your video, put it on your website, it takes about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you will become that king. And it won't last forever, but you'll have it there for at least 2 to 3 months. And that's all. That's more than enough time to be able to be the king of your own listing. Because if you don't have it sold within 2 weeks, it's not going to. That's just reality. So take pictures of the neighborhood. So when you're at your listing, you want to take pictures of either side of the street. People always want to know where they're buying, not just what they're buying. Okay, people buy primarily for area, not necessarily the quality of the home. Take 2 pictures of every room so that they can see both angles of the room. Okay, and they can see more detail for every single room. Make sure to label every single room as well when you're making your video. I'm not going to go into detail on how to make it today. There is another class for that, but just some strategies how to do it all. If there's detail, you got $1 million listing, and there's beautiful, what is it, travertine floors, and or that special painted concrete or whatever it is throughout the house. Make note of that. Take pictures of just that as well, so that people can see that detail that's in the home. Okay. When you're making your video, you're either probably going to use iMovie or Windows Movie Maker. You were talking about Camtasia, I believe is what Camtasia.
Or QuickTime. I think that's the same thing.
I use iMovie. I think comes free with the Mac. Windows Movie Maker comes free with PC. They're both very easy to use. I have a class built directly on that, but if you want to tinker around with it, those are your primary platforms that you're going to want to build on to make your virtual tour.
And that can cut off audio as well. It's not
Yes,
audio. Okay.
yes, yeah. When you're doing the pictures, you're basically creating a slideshow. And yes, you will add video. If you want to get high tech, you can speak over it, but I don't talk like Morgan Freeman, so I'm just going to leave the jazz playing. So maybe they'll make a little voice changer for Morgan Freeman, and I'll pick that up. And again, make sure when you publish your virtual tours, you're putting them in 720p. You don't want to go 1080p because if you do that, a lot of the searches are mobile, right? They're in front of your listing. They type it in Google, and they can't view the video. You might lose a contact, right?
So when you select the 720p, is that something?
When you're going to export it. I'll make a class on this. I have one. You can go to the website and watch it. It's already pre-recorded, but I'll do another class on this probably in about a month. When you're saving your video, it'll say, I think on Windows Movie Maker, it says publish as, and you're going to put 720p. Okay. And again, leverage your social media website. So after you upload it and it's in there, you're going to want to share this to your Facebook and your Twitter or your Tumblr or your whatever accounts you have because you need people to look at it. People aren't looking at it. You're not going to get any hits. And you need hits for this to start working. Okay, so always make sure to do that. Remember, key times are early in the morning and later in the evening and weekends. Weekends are, I think Saturday's the #1 day for all social media websites, to be honest with you. I don't find it works too well for me, probably because I don't use it too much on the weekend because I'm doing other fun stuff. But again, key times are early in the morning, later in the evening, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and the weekends. Okay, and that makes sense because business people are checking their stuff early in the morning, general public's checking their stuff later in the evening, and then everyone has free time on the weekends to just do nothing and, vegetate in their house, be a couch potato, and search the internet. Do you have a question, Daria? Okay, sorry.
And most people have it on their phone, so they're basically all day long looking at potentially Facebook or Twitter.
Yep. Yep. You just want to make sure that you're always hitting it at the right time. Like, if like a restaurant, they only sell dinner. Why would they open at 10 o'clock in the morning when they only serve dinner pieces? A lot of people aren't going to go there. So it's making sure that you send everything at the right time to your market. That's the key thing. It's again just like the door knocking. If you go door knocking early in the morning and no one's there, you might need to change it to go in the afternoon. There's a lot of people there. You're going to switch it up. So you'll find this out with your own friends, but that's just a general statistic of everything social media right now. All right, so Pinterest strategies. This is probably the one that none of you know about, or very few of you know about. Probably the main reason why maybe all of you are here. This is the funnest one for me. I love Pinterest. It really is going to be the king of photo sharing. You can do a lot with it, and the big reason I like it is because you can get these backlinks going to your website for various different things. And I'm using it for real estate. I have a lot of fun with it. It's probably the funnest site to use. A lot of you see all my stuff of like I'll put up suits one night or cars or techie geeky stuff. Is you can find a lot of weird or cool or interesting things that are on there that you might like that are worth sharing, and it gives you more content on your Facebook side, on your Twitter side, wherever else you go. Makes you keeps you in line with being a human, right? So as always, you got to be social. Number 2 with Pinterest is you have to pin real estate. And then again, camera 360, I can't show it because it's not working. But with all your real estate stuff or anything that you'd really do, I think I use camera 360 to edit every single one of my photos. I think all my photos are edited before I upload them anywhere. Okay? And I'll show you what Pinterest looks like, since most of you probably don't. So again, be social. And on Pinterest, what you're doing is you are pinning like a thumbtack. What it's called? Thumbtack to like a cardboard what is it called?
Press board.
Not a press board. Corkboard. Remember you had thumbtacks and you would put pictures or notes on corkboards. I mean, some of you might still have that. So that's kind of what Pinterest is. It's the corkboard of real estate for photo sharing. Right? And that's how they made it. That's their theme. Right? All your photos are being pinned like that. So when I say you must pin content you like, you're basically sharing new content you like to your own personal boards, right? Because you might find something on Henry's board that you like, and I'm going to share it to my board now. So it's going to be on both our boards, right? Just like if you shared it on Facebook from Henry to yours, it's going to be on both your timelines. Okay? So try and keep it relative. And then share your favorite prints. It'll always give you the option if you want to share it to Facebook and if you want to share it to Twitter. So I pretty much always do on every single one. So pin real estate. Again, take pictures of all your real estate ventures. So I go out, I'll do doc signings, I'll do showing property. I'm out prospecting. I'm out doing whatever I'm doing with real estate. I'm always trying to take a picture of the house and loading it on my Pinterest account. And if there's an address I know, I put the address because people might be looking for it later on down the road. And if not, I'm still going to put it anyways. And I'm always going to have a link back going to my website. Because again, we're doing this, yes, to create engagement off of there, but we want the links back going to our website. The number one problem with web traffic is you don't have enough links. You don't have enough big players referring you content, right? And that's what we need. It's just like loan officers, right? They needed a big real estate agent to send them 15 loans a month, right? If the loan officer doesn't have that, they're not going to get anything. Same thing with you. You need somebody big pushing you more traffic. Pinterest is going to be one of them. Oh, that's the end of that. So I'm going to log on Pinterest. So you guys, none of you have seen this yet, right?
No.
Some of you? Most of you? None of you?
I don't understand it yet. It's just papers everywhere.
That's all it is.
So how's it different from Instagram?
Instagram is not like this. With Pinterest, you can browse different categories. So you can see everything that's going on. So usually I really do this. I mean, I go on there at night, and I like men's fashion, right? So I want to see new suits. I think I did this a couple nights ago.
Yes.
So I'll go in there and I'll look at stuff that I like, right? And I'll just go through and I go, I don't like any of that stuff, but
Are there actual department stores posting on this too?
well, all this stuff is coming from Macy's or coming from somewhere. All these photos are coming from somewhere, so you know where to go and find it. So say you like this watch right here, right? I can like it, and usually when I repin it, I'll like it. And then you can repin. And then you can pick the board you want. Now, these boards are pertaining to you. So if this is a watch, I'm probably going to put this in my style, right? Because that's more my style. That's what I like. But I'm not, so I'm going to X out on this one. But if you want to find out where it went, you'll just... Where is that? I guess they don't have it on this one. Okay, it's not on that one. That's weird. Usually I have everything.
What's the website that we need to go to?
Pinterest.com. All right, this will probably have it. Huh. It's really odd. Can't believe none of these pins are showing up with the links. Usually they have links of where to go to find it.
The image.
Yep. When you click on it, usually it says where it's from.
When it pins, it shows up on the top right side. That's what I saw yesterday.
So you don't make friends here. It's just you just pin.
You do. You'll be able to add people from your Facebook account onto this. So all your people from Facebook and Twitter can be imported. You'll send them invites to join. Right now, I probably get anywhere between 5 to 10 friends joining on this a day now. Because I'm posting all this stuff. They'll like it, so it's going to prompt them to create an account now when they try and like it or they go to view the picture. Okay. And then what you can do is say I like this guy for doing that. I can click follow. Now I'm going to follow his pins. Everything he posts, I'll be able to see it in my timeline now. It's the same thing.
Within your Facebook or
Within Pinterest. But usually when I'm on Pinterest, I'm on my phone. I'm sitting on my couch and I'm just going through everything. I'll spend like 20 minutes looking at stuff, to be honest with you. I cannot believe, though, that nothing is showing up. Let's see. Maybe this one?
So you just post pictures, no video, right?
No video on this. Yeah, so this is what you can see. These are all the different boards that you could have liked or whatever you're looking for. But on mine, you can go to your own board. So you can see all my different stuff now.
You just create your own board and then you post pictures. And
It's going to come with some pre-made ones like favorite recipes. So this is like this octopus is actually a cake. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Right? That's actually a cake.
It shows on the bottom of the picture the website.
See, I'm not seeing it on mine.
That's disgusting.
That's just made more for social, not so much for business.
No, well, look, this is the thing. All right here, I have my real estate ventures. So it is for social. See, like right here, I have 356 followers for my 16 pins. And these are all my different where I've gone for real estate.
Does it tell you if anybody's repinned them?
It will, yes. I don't know where it's at. Probably. Yeah, see, I don't know how to tell you. I'm still kind of new into it. See, on mine, I have all my links right here. So maybe they're just not putting the links where it came from. So this one, I mean, this is with my camera, or my iPhone camera using the app. Simple. There's another one. I mean, it's not as good as the Photoshop, but it still dresses it up and makes it look a little bit prettier.
So you manually then type in your website for them to click
Yep.
on to get more.
Yeah, exactly. So like this one, it says, showing another beautiful property out on 7817 Primrose Buena Park. Interested in taking a look, visit me at excellencerehomes.com. So I can click it, and now I'm getting more traffic.
So like on that where you could like put a picture and it goes straight to Instagram and Pinterest.
Yep. On Camera 360, it doesn't do that. So you have to save the photo to your camera roll, right? And then you have to go on Instagram and load it.
On your Facebook, you can have Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And you put something on Facebook, it
There
goes
go-
straight to Twitter.
Yeah,
Can you combine something in Instagram and Pinterest?
not
So
yet.
you don't have to do it each time. Because
Instagram-
on Instagram,
You can't
You
yet.
actually-
I wish Instagram did do that too.
because it does it to Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You can actually put a photo on Instagram.
But I think Pinterest and Instagram are the same thing. So they're like fighting over the same territory.
Oh, that's right,
I mean, eventually, I'm sure there'll be another app that's completely separate. That's what it does. Its main function is to combine all these things. There will be one, I'm sure. But I mean, it doesn't bother me to on Pinterest, you can load it to Facebook and Twitter. You can share it at the same time. As soon as you upload it to Facebook or to Pinterest, it'll share it to your Facebook account and your Twitter account.
I heard that having a business fan page on Instagram is something that's popular as well.
Really? I haven't even heard of that.
And
Business
I just got that, yeah.
on Instagram?
Your company, then you start uploading pictures. And people start following just your company and your news, your pictures. And there's cool apps that you could actually, if it's like a picture, you could actually put. One thing I'm going to start doing is start putting tips and pictures
Mhm.
on my Instagram account that will link straight to my fan page. You know, I'll put it on Instagram, and it'll go straight to my fan page. I don't have to put them on both. And it's a picture. I can
Mhm.
put tips on the picture.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now. You can link your fan page to the Instagram account.
Yeah, either way. And then there's an app where you could actually have your Instagram feeds on your fan page. There's a tab you click on it, and it shows all your Instagram feeds, and people could click and follow your fan page right there off of Facebook.
Let's go. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Teaching me. That's good.
When you say fan page, you're talking about Facebook?
Yeah.
Your personal and then your fan page. Like I know, Jonathan, you have a fan page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could actually have a Instagram fan page.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. See, I've always been not against fan pages, but it just takes a lot longer. Like you have 1,000 fans, but it took you a long time to get there. Yeah, you gotta.
It takes a long time.
It's like knocking on a door like 100,000 times to
Yeah.
get one like. That's good though. I mean, you got it. You got it. I had it before, but then I switched accounts and that was gone.
Complicated.
Well, that's really
Not a word.
Facebook, right?
Yeah, fan pages for Facebook. I've always, not that I'm against it, but a fan page is a lot harder, and if you're just getting into it, I mean, it's going to be tough for you to build it. So
That's the one that you can't friend them, you just like them.
exactly, yeah. So it's tougher to build that. Really tough.
Yeah.
It took you what, probably a couple years to get 1,000?
Like a year and a half.
Yeah.
A year and a half, 2 years.
So it took you a long time. Like I think I have 105 fans on mine. That's maybe like 6 months in.
I have like 8 something. I haven't done
So nobody likes me.
anything.
All right, so everything good with this? That's pretty much it. Any questions that you guys have?
Show them how to pin.
Okay.
Really quick, while you're doing that, this is basically a homepage collection of pin interest in photo, correct?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because this really, it's still young. It's in its infancy right now, Pinterest. And for real estate, I think it's very in its infancy.
Yeah, because there's no real estate
Is there
category.
any way you can get your picture on the homepage, or how do they select them?
You know, I don't think there's a real estate category. So when you upload the pictures, there's not one that really fits. I forget
You
where I
can make your own
upload.
categories like you put on real estate.
You can make your own categories, but just like I showed, when you upload a picture, you're uploading to one of these categories. So I think I upload to maybe design.
I do educate.
I think I do design, or maybe design or photography, one of these two. Because even though you make your own, that's for your personal indexing, not for Pinterest. So Pinterest eventually, I'm sure, will have a real estate category. You have to select when you upload your photo, you'll tell it where to go, but it's really going to something else.
As far as you requesting friends, but how do you promote that other people that say in your farm or sphere of influence request your friendship? Is it just put it on all your marketing material?
I think I have it everywhere now. Is my Pinterest logo? Maybe not on my signature yet. I think I have to put it on there. But the easiest way is with just once you log into Pinterest with your Facebook account, it'll automatically ask all your friends on Facebook to join Pinterest. And the more you keep posting pictures from Pinterest on Facebook, the more people you're going to get to start responding and becoming friends with you on Pinterest. So it takes time, but it'll all come. Like I said, I mean, I've been using this about a month and a half. I already have 367 followers. So slow and steady.
And then it gives you you can follow people too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I try to follow all the like crazy pins that people put up.
You active on Twitter too?
No, I'm not. I should be, but I'm not. I post a lot for me, but I don't really do a whole lot of it. So any other questions?
LinkedIn.
No, I don't do LinkedIn.
Yeah, I know. To me, it's too complicated.
You don't think it's not worth it?
You know, there's an agent I know of. He swears by it because you are getting
It's a resume, right? Kind of thing.
what it's just not me. It's not my style, I guess. That you got to find if
I
it
just don't
works
like
for you.
the fact that you endorse people. I mean, if I ask you to endorse, you're gonna say the sweetest things. You're not
That's
gonna
good.
say, oh, he's a Nejo or whatever. So endorsing, I don't take that serious.
Well, one real estate agent that I know, he actually cold calls all of his friends on LinkedIn, and he calls them, and he adds like insurance agents and other loan officers and things like that, professional people, doctors and lawyers, because he wants to get that higher tax bracket. He wants to work with people that are educated, that have that, or should have that higher dollar amount in purchasing power. That's what he goes for. And I think he was
got a
doing.
big fire from that one of my LinkedIn contacts.
Yeah, see,
And
it
I'm
just.
working on it,
It's just if you like it. See, me, it's too boring for me. That's why I don't use it. And you can have LinkedIn directly come off of your Twitter account, which I think I have it. So everything that goes to Twitter goes to LinkedIn, but I just don't get into it.
It just adds people, right? Once it's done, it's done.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing valuable about Facebook or YouTube.
It's its own social media site, but it's not the same. It's really not. I mean,
it's more business.
it's like corporate, I would say.
Yeah.
Very corporate driven. And I think to get the full use out of it, you have to pay. So I think you have to pay $30 a month for it. So I've always done well with Facebook, done well with YouTube. Now I'm gonna putting some money on Pinterest. I think that really is going to be the next big one for this year in real estate. So any other questions?
I was wondering if, as far as the review sites, getting your clients engaged with that to give you reviews online, like what's up? We got the different ones that there are.
I like using Yelp. I think Yelp is probably the best one for reviews. I mean, I have like 24 reviews on Trulia about me, and on Yelp I only have 3. But I like using Yelp. I think more people use Yelp, not just because Trulia or any other websites, they're all real estate driven, and Yelp is just business driven itself.
So basically, when you close a transaction, you request that your clients give you a good review on Yelp or Trulia. Or how do you do that?
I would do Yelp. I would do Yelp.
Preferably.
Yeah. I like Yelp better because more people, like I said, are going to check into it. If you're on Trulia, you can't check into your business. Every time your clients see you, they can come in your office. Hey, don't forget to check in. Let your friends know you're here, or whatever. You can do other things like that. It's more of a social network with referrals as an additive bonus, or not referrals, but reviews. Is everyone good? I'm going to shut it down.